What's up, guys? Bailey here. Sorry, I'm a little bit late to the party for my UFC 320 recaps and matchmaking. I had exams going on, so I had to lock in before I was locked out. But we are here, and yeah, I'm just going to go over this card. I'm going to break it down and go over my matchmaking and just my overall opinion on the card itself. Let's get right into it. First of all, let's talk about Daniel Santos, man. He finished off Zombie Jr., man. And look, I did not predict for this to happen. I honestly didn't think that Santos was really going to get any finish at all. Jusang Yu, he was farming some aura. He was emoting, he was taunting, and then he got caught while backing up. And stuff like that just happens. And listen, Daniel Santos, he got the best of it. It was a good fight. Yeah, man. So that was the first big hit I took on this one. But next, man, we got Ateba Gautier, man. And he just cut down vines and made quick work. Pun absolutely intended. So yeah, listen, man, this was a bit of a late notice fight. But he absolutely destroyed him. I mean, he backed him up, hit him with some elbows, and just physically literally threw him off and just completely beat his ass. I mean, it was crazy. And listen, he is a middleweight Ngannou, and I knew going into this fight, not necessarily with Vines, but just in general, where he's still at that level where he can get away with being a little bit messy, kind of going for the finish, not having as much finesse. And I thought that it was a great fight. So yeah, moving on forward to the main card, man. Now we're going to get started getting some good stuff here. And we got Joe Pyfer. He submitted Abus Magomedov. First round with a rear naked choke. And listen, this was good IQ. Joe Pyfer shows that he is the smarter fighter in these grappling and on the feet exchanges. It was a good surprise submission. I certainly wasn't expecting that. And for his next fight, I would like to see him fight Roman Dolidze. I think it'd be a great fight. He's a good kind of passing, like stepping stone. I mean, guys like Daniel Hernandez beat him. I mean, he fucking literally grabbed him and started rear naked choking him as he was ripping him off the cage. So I think that this would actually be a very good fight for Joe Pyfer. Next, man, we got Youssef Zalal. He submitted Josh Emmett in the first round with an armbar. Not too surprised that he got the win, as I did predict that was going to happen. And yeah, this is his fourth submission, man. He's pretty sharp. Nothing really too much to say about the fight itself, as it was only one round. I really just can't pick Josh Emmett to win a fight in this stage of his career. So Youssef Zalal, he just kind of gets it by default. As far as fights that I want to see, I think that Josh Emmett and Jean Silva would be an absolutely great fight. I think Jean Silva, he's ranked top 10. Josh Emmett, I think, is about 6'7". So I think that it's a pretty good fight to make. I think that it only makes sense. And it's a great measuring stick and kind of a freebie for Jean Silva, if you ask me. And then, obviously, Youssef Zalal, I think he should go up against Arnold Allen. We're talking 6'5". He's right around there. And I feel like that it's a good, marker to move up. And, yeah, I just think that this is also, I don't want to say this is also a freebie for Youssef Zalal, but it kind of is. So next, man, we got Jiri Prochazka. Jiri was fighting like he was on Diddy's baby oil, when he was raiding his house. I mean, it was crazy. He was fighting and slipping around and very clumsy and not very good footwork, not very good movement, and it was very alarming. It was very, very alarming. And Rountree was catching him with some good shots, and Jiri was getting visibly frustrated. I mean, he would get hit, and he'd go, ugh, and he'd just turn back into the fight, and it was crazy. Then in the third round, they come out, and all of a sudden, Jiri starts pressing forward, and the jab starts coming in a little closer. It starts touching Khalil, and then all of a sudden, it's a 1-2. 1-2 hook that starts to connect, and Khalil starts to get fatigued, and Jiri starts to target the body and starts to mix things in, and Jiri just fucking relies on his durability to get in there and really take out Khalil. And overall, I mean, this fight was a fucking banger. He goes in, catches Rountree with a 1-2 left hook, and that was murder she wrote. I mean, this fight had me so fucking hyped. I was screaming to the top of my lungs. I was going, Jiri Prochazka. I mean, it was Amazing fight of the night also, which I'm going to get my extra UFC points on UFC 5. And listen, true warrior, one of the greatest comebacks I've ever seen, one of the greatest fights I've ever seen, easily contender for fight of the year. Yeah, so for Khalil Rountree, man, I got to put him against Alexander Rakic. He's not in the top 5. Rountree just broke into the top 5, so I think he's kind of in that limbo spot where it's like, well, all right, now you have to defend your spot. Rakic, I think, he's a perfect guy. He gave Jiri problems in their fight. Rountree gave Jiri problems in their fight. He lost as well, and Rakic is actually a good fighter. So I would like to personally see this one happen. I just think that it's kind of the only fight that makes sense as well. But for Jiri Prochazka, some people might be a little surprised, but I think that he should fight Magomed Ankalaev. I think that this fight is really the only one that makes sense because no one wants to see Alex versus Ankalaev too. But I'm going to get into that when we get into the main event. I think that Prochazka versus Ankalaev is kind of the right move. Unless we want to do like an interim belt, but that is another thing that I will be getting into once we talk about the main event. I just feel like that this fight, above all else, is interesting. You got the former champ. He needs to come back. He needs a good comeback fight. You got Jiri Prochazka, essentially the #1 guy in the division outside of Pereira, man. So yeah, I think this fight would be awesome because if Jiri loses this fight, Ankalaev is still championship caliber and championship material. But if Ankalaev loses, it kind of calls some things into question. Next thing, man, we got Merab Dvalishvili. Merab absolutely just dominated. I think we all kind of predicted it. It was a good fight. It was a great fight, actually. But I think that Cory Sandhagen really only won the first round. And Merab kind of just dominated the rest. I mean, he stunned and hurt Cory. What happened was he's pressing with combinations, got Cory Sandhagen against the cage and just starts teeing off like it's UFC 5 and almost gets him out of there. It was a crazy, entertaining fight. Merab is showing more levels to his game, and he's proven that he's getting better. And I think that at the end of the day, he's the Bantamweight GOAT. Dominic Cruz ain't beating Merab. I'm sorry. To all the unks out there. Hell, I might be a fellow unk. I grew up watching Dominic Cruz, but we have to acknowledge that Merab, he's not just getting better like a little. He's getting better a lot. I mean, like majorly. I mean, Merab is not only high-level grappling, but now he's getting better at the striking. He's improving in that department. And I think that at the end of the day, we all knew it was going to happen. We all knew that Merab was going to win. I just think that outside of Cory Sandhagen having a puncher's chance, I mean, shit, who's beating Merab? I mean, really, who is? So, yeah, this fight, I want to see Cory Sandhagen versus Mario Bautista. I think that this fight makes sense. Kind of same situation with Rountree. You lost to the champ. You should defend your spot in the top 5 to see if you even deserve to be there still. And Mario Bautista, he's good. He's a good fighter. He defended his spot against Patchy Mix. I want to see him get a top 5 fight. Next with Merab Dvalishvili, I want to see him go up against Petr Yan. I think that this fight we all want to see. We've all been waiting for. Petr Yan, in my opinion, is the most underrated guy in the division. Petr Yan also defended his spot against Marcus McGee. I think that's how you say his name, who is ranked number 12. So Petr Yan, I think he deserves it. I don't see who else he's going to fight. Yeah, and maybe Merab's going to beat him. Maybe not. I think he will. But either way, it would be a great fight. We got the main event, man. The Trauma of the Chama. And listen, man, he straight up fucking terminated Magomed Ankalaev. I mean, with no regard at all. True trauma power. And he restored order to not only the light heavyweight division, but the UFC itself. And I think that is a great thing for the sport. Pereira just straight up walks and just takes the center of the octagon, throws some combinations, and then hits him with a fucking burner of an overhand, and then ground and pound, and then just emotes on him, gets the win, and it was very, very triumphant. He beat him in 1 minute and 20 seconds. And dude, I'm not one to call for super fights or one to call for these things, but that is what we need to do. We need pretty much super fights only for Alex. That's what he was talking about. He said, look, I want a heavyweight fight. I want to fight John Jones or like maybe even a Tom Aspinall. And that's what I think needs to happen. We need to see Alex Pereira versus Tom Aspinall for a undisputed crown, right? Because now the heavy divisions have some interest again, right? I mean, yeah, he can fight John Jones. I wouldn't be mad if he fought Carlos Ulberg, but no one really wants to see that. That's not what's going to put butts in seats. Alex Pereira versus Tom Aspinall is the greatest fight to make right now, and they can do that. Once Tom Aspinall gets past Ciryl Gane, and he will, this is easily the best fight to make. I mean, without a doubt. Alex Pereira has all of his momentum back. Carlos Ulberg, listen, with all due respect, he can fight Yuri Prochazka for a interim belt even, or, you know, he can fight someone that, you know, for an interim light heavyweight belt to hold that place, right? You know, for Ankalaev, he can fight Yuri, or he can fight Khalil, or something like that, someone within that top 5 to balance himself out. John Jones, the reason why I would throw him in here is because he is a huge name. Pereira did call him out. He said he wouldn't want to fight him for a White House main event. I would love to see that. That would be awesome. That would be probably one of the highest level fights of all time, period, hands down. So yeah, guys, this is my recap for UFC 320. Guys, it lived up to the hype. It did. It lived up to the hype. It was great. It was an awesome card. And yeah, let me know, how did you guys' predictions go? How do you guys think the card went? And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.